I'm Paul Page on YouTube, and this is GP Laps.
Oh, thank you, Paul Page. Welcome back, everybody. Indycar Racing 2. It's been a while again. I say that every time. It's been a little while since we've done one of these, but up to round number 9 in the 1990 IndyCar season. I hope everybody's well out there today. I decided to squeak this in just as we're on the eve of the big day, the Indianapolis 500. Hello, welcome back. Toronto. We're up to Toronto, and if you were here for the 1989 season I did, this was, I think, the one race because of a crash that I DNF'd out of. And the 1989 season for IndyCar 2, we raced with arcade damage, which made it a whole lot harder to crash out of races. So the fact that I actually crashed out of this one because of damage, I was passing AJ Foyt and got squeezed into a wall and destroyed the car. So it does not bode well for this one, seeing as we're running on realistic damage now, which is super unforgiving. We've had an up and down season thus far with the 1990 IndyCar season, but I guess Road America as well. You're right. So I lied. It's been a while. I think each of these seasons is taking me like 2 years to complete, so we're really stretching back into time. But it was one of the few races that we had an honest crash out DNF during last season, and I have to do well in this one today to have any chance at catching Michael Andretti, who's been my nemesis the past 2 seasons. And everything. But it is the eve of the Indy 500. This isn't Indianapolis, but it is IndyCar. So I thought it would be fitting to squeeze this one in. And hopefully we do get that race in tomorrow. But we'll have to see what the weather gods have in store for us. Before I jump in, I just wanted to real quick share something cool. So for a while, we've been talking about the rendition version of this game. This game is from 1995 on DOS originally. And there is a Windows port, but it never used graphic acceleration, which means we have to play it at a very small resolution, 640 by 480 pixels, which was high res back when it came out, but obviously these days it's not super high res. So for the past 25 years, people have wanted to play this game at a higher resolution, and there was a version made by Papyrus that supported graphics cards, but it was for a very specific type of card that really didn't amount to anything, and that ended up disappearing shortly after it was created, and so nobody could really play that version. But finally, just in the past few months, somebody, Sheragand, I think is their name, on Vogons anyway, has started a project to create a wrapper which would let us play games that supported that graphics card on modern hardware. All that aside, basically what it means is we could potentially play IndyCar 2 at whatever resolution that we want. And I finally got a chance to test it a little bit yesterday. It is still an alpha, but I'll actually show a quick video I took during it. Hopefully this isn't too loud. Hold on, here we go. Oh, the game's in front of it. Let me fix that. There we go. Turn that down a bit. I don't know. I can't hear it, but maybe you can. But this is a video I took yesterday of it, of doing a race at Michigan. And for those that have keen eyes amongst you, it may not look so different. But firstly, I'm playing at 1440 resolution, so it's so much higher res. You can see stuff in the distance that I've never really seen before, like the actual LODs of the cars change. The track itself is an upgraded version of it, so it has clouds in the mirrors. This is maybe the biggest thing you guys will notice who watch some of these streams. In the mirrors, the cars have textures, the track and everything is showing. That's stuff that doesn't happen in this version that we're used to. And yeah, I mean, overall, it's just so cool to play this game at a high res. Now, there's still, I think, quite a bit of work to do on this. It is an alpha. And so there's other games that they're working on supporting, but there are some various glitches and stuff that aren't working. And the biggest thing, and it's a little bit of a gray area because Sheragand, for however great work they're doing, they're really just developing this to emulate the hardware. A lot of the mods and stuff for tracks and cars that we love don't seem to work with it very well. So I'm running here just like a default car shape car set because I couldn't get any of the custom ones to load. Couldn't get many of the custom tracks to load and stuff. And maybe that's some stuff the IndyCar 2 community can fix and make compatible with it. I have no idea. But there's a few other issues with the controls and stuff not working correct. But yeah, it was very exciting to try this out. And I'm going to try to keep giving some feedback, and hopefully some of the bugs and things can get sorted. And who knows, maybe the 1991 season will be brought to you in HD. HD for the first time in IndyCar Racing 2 history. But anyways, I wanted to share that with everybody before we jumped into things, because I'm very excited about it. I know the small group that we have here that enjoy this will also be excited about it as well. All right, let's jump in. We've delayed too long. We'll continue our championship. So we're up to Toronto, which is deep into the season at this point. I think we're over halfway. Meadowlands last time out was a topsy-turvy race. I had to refresh myself even on what we did during that race. But Emerson Fittipaldi came out on top. I finished 4th. I remember I got damage. I led some laps. I probably could have won it, but I got damage and had to pit and was able to come back and finish 4th, first car a lap down. But I really could have used the win there. Michael Andretti didn't actually win the race for once, but he did finish 2nd. So he extended his lead, which is just, you can see how many races he's won this season already. 3. But we've had a good mix of winners. I did win at Portland, which was good. I was going to win at Cleveland as well before I ran into a back marker. And in my opinion, that is the biggest thing I have to watch out for today is traffic and just not hitting other cars. I think that's going to be the main thing that would get me out of the race today. But it's been an interesting season. But I do have one win at least, which is great. So season standings at this point, Michael Andretti is just so far out front. But Allenser Jr. is making a little bit of a push. And the battle for 2nd, though, is ultra close. I mean, basically all the way down to 6th. I mean, you could even include Ari in this battle. But Allenser Jr., Danny Sullivan, myself, our driver Ryan Axelson, with Bobby Rahal and Emerson Fittipaldi. We're all duking it out for the 2nd place while Michael just runs away into the sunset. But a couple bad results for him. Weirder things have happened, so we'll see how it all continues. But that brings us to Toronto. Exhibition Place, one of the few tracks that's very, very similar to how it was back in the 90s. There are a few different changes, though. I've been playing around with setups for this. The question is, how much downforce do you go with? The straight along, I think it's Lakeshore Drive. You don't want too much downforce, but also it helps in the corners, obviously, to have the downforce. So I'm going to go out and do a quick practice lap here, just to make sure everything's working, since it's been a minute since I did this. And we'll just talk about the track real quick. This is one of the few completely default IndyCar Racing 2 tracks we're using. It hasn't had any mods made for it, and I think it's because it was pretty close to the real thing when Papyrus made it way back when. Come down Lakeshore Drive, though. It is wet in Toronto right now. It actually rained during this race in real life, and it was ended early because of rain, which I thought was interesting. It must have rained pretty hard. We'll come down to the end of the straight here. This is going to be obviously the best overtaking spot. Down into 2nd gear. All right, in this corner, this is where I crashed with AJ Foyt last season. I believe right here through the kink. Definitely can't go too wide through this corner. I've learned my lesson. This is maybe another overtaking spot, that right-hander there. And now we'll sweep back around. Now this end of the track is the different spot from the current layout. They changed where the pits were, I think because of some development and things. But the end of the lap, I think, was so much better originally. It's unfortunate we can't have it anymore. Cars coming out of the pits there. It is tricky to get around lap cars around here. I mean, it's street course, so the walls are right there. I got to be uber patient today. Just don't let it get the better of me. Brake at about 2,500 or 250 feet, I guess, from the corner. Can keep it in 2nd gear, I think, in race pace through this whole section, which down on some of the shifting, which would be nice. But we should be doing near 1 minute lap times. This race, though, is 103 laps, so it'll take about an hour and a half to do the whole race. Assuming there's not a lot of yellow flags. I didn't get many yellow flags in my testing. They seem pretty sparing with them here, which would have been the case. I think on street courses and stuff back in this era of Indycar, road courses in general, they tried to clean up accidents without yellow flags whenever they could. So you have to cause a big one to get a yellow flag. We'll get up the inside of Guerrero. I'm going to practice a quick pit in because I actually haven't done it yet. All right, go to the end of the straight here. Hard on the brakes. Yeah, this track's, I think it's really out of the default tracks for IndyCar too. It has so much nice detail to it. Really make it feel like you're in a city. A lot of buildings and stuff, a lot of custom little objects. Remind you that it's Canada with the flags everywhere. It's one of 2 tracks that's in Canada in this season. All right, we'll come around and the pit lane's off to the right here. And hopefully only be visiting it for routine service today. As always, Crew's the first one on pit road. All right. That's the track. It's a very fast one. The straight's nice for passing and things, especially the slow lap traffic. We'll be able to streak by them on that straight on Lakeshore Drive. But the rest of the track is so tight and twisty, and I'm just going to have to be extra careful. There's no, like I was saying at Detroit when we did that one earlier this season, there's no white lines or anything near the walls to help me make sure I keep a good distance from the wall. So I just have to be super careful, because even just barely touching a wall on the inside or outside is going to damage the car, which obviously we don't want. But we'll jump into qualifying. I'm going to use the same setup today for qualifying in the race. Just less fuel, of course. All right, if we look at the current results, now as always on the road circuits, half of the field is going to be out there with me qualifying, so these times will change. But currently, Allenser Jr. is provisional pole with a 1 minute, 1 second lap. I can beat that. I know I could do a 1 minute flat lap. I did it last season. But can any of them better themselves? Andretti is down at 4th right now. Michael, number 3. So hopefully he's not in my session and he gets pushed back down the order. But we'll have to see. We've got a short qualifying session then. As many laps as I can do in 10 minutes. Try to get a banker in and then see how fast I can go. All right, 28 cars on this one today. Hopefully we get some DNFs early so that it's a few less to pass and stuff throughout the race. I'm gonna actually stiffen the rear bar a little bit. Yeah, I know I could do a 1 minute lap. It would be cool to get sub 1 minute. Try to get a banker in first to start though, and then start pushing it a little bit. I'm not sure if the old pit lane could hold 28 cars. I think I set the field size to match the real life field size, but maybe I didn't for this one. Either way, it's going to be a lot of traffic. All right, come through the final few corners. I think that's like a baseball or football stadium in front of us there. Probably baseball. Best to guess. All right, swing through the final couple of corners. You can do these flat on a good lap. And see what I can do for my first lap of qualifying. Down to second gear for turn 1. It's a short run to turn 1. It might be a little shorter than in real life unless they've extended that in years since. Last down the straight here. I'm on fairly low downforce for this. I might actually put a little wing in it for the race, just to help the lap time through the end of the lap here. Keep it in second gear. I don't think I need first too often. Second gear helps keep the car a little more steady. Up to the long right-hander. Blast down. I guess this is the back straight. Flat through the kink on qualifying. It's a little scary. Get all the way down to first gear here. So I guess I do use first gear. Second gear then. Left-hander now through the end of the lap. Try to get a good line. Cut right on the yellow paint there. That was good. Come across the line. Second. Whoa, Alcer Jr. improved as well. And there it is. Sub 1 minute. I think that's the best lap I've done. Didn't feel like I pushed too hard. So let's see if I can pick up a couple of tenths and get Alcer Jr. But I'm not seeing Michael up here, so maybe he's going to be shuffled quite far back. Oh, just broke a bit late there. There's no runoff on most of this track. That's one of the features, I guess you could say, of the default tracks, is that there's very little runoff, where there would absolutely be some runoff in real life. So if you miss a corner, you're headed for a wall. I chickened out of it there. I don't think this lap will be faster because I blew turn 3, but we'll see. Missed the turn in there a little bit. Oh, I did. Wow, 59.4. Even with that late braking into turn 3, let's see if I can clean that up and improve even more. That gets me fairly out in front of Alcer Jr. there. Hard on the brakes. Much better that time. Bit of understeer there. Improved. I can't see it. Sullivan, my God. Oh, I love this. It's like a real qualifying session. They're improving alongside of you. God, this game is so, why is this game so good? All right, come across the line. Oh, I didn't improve there. I thought I was gonna. Oh, that game's gonna come around. I didn't hit anything. Let's try to get it out of the road before a car comes, though. The quickest gearbox of all time. All right, let's give it a lap here. So I lost the rear there. I'll click in front bar there one little bit. Maybe give me a little more confidence on the turn in. Whoa. Try to use this lap to cool down slightly and then get right back into it. So I know. How many times have you seen cars do that in real life, too? I'm just doing it for the realism. All right, come around. Let's get right back on it. See if we can put a good lap together to get Sullivan here. 59.2. I'm going to need that like low 59, 58 lap maybe to get the pole. Through the final corners, though. Brake quite late into turn 1. Nah, it was actually early. Trying to get on the gas early, though, for the long straight. Wasn't great there. Come on now. I'm just not carrying the speed like I need to through the middle of the corners. Pick up a ton of time doing that. All right, flat through the kink. A little too late on the brakes there. Just catch it though. Swinging through the final few corners. Just try to get a nice line here. Much better through the right-hander. Still 59.7 on that one. It's the first few corners I think killed me. Not too much time left. Oh, and I scraped the wall and blow a tire. Sullivan's gonna get the pole then. There goes Lion Dyke on by. We'll limp back to the pits, let everybody finish their times. Dang. I think I maybe could have got a 58, but that's a quick time. A 59.2. Not something I could just whip out. A few cars got going on by. It was Unser Jr. and Didier Thays. Can barely turn to the right. Trying not to block anybody on their lap. Is there enough time for a tire change? I don't think so. I think I broke the wing and stuff too, so. Yeah, I'm barely getting back to the pits. I think we'll sit the rest of this one out. Start second, it's not too bad. It's Barbaza, I think, up the inside, or I always get the name. I don't even think Barbaza's in the field. I always forget who's in that car. Mike Groff, I think. We can try to fill it, or try to get them to change the tires. Let's see. If I have more than a minute left after they're done, then maybe. Come on, guys. Oh, I do. All right, I'm gonna try it. Why not? There's Sullivan in the pits, or that's I think that's Mo. So he's not gonna improve. I get one more lap. Obviously, this lap's not gonna count for much. Ooh, I slipped back to third. Lyondike up into second. All right, now I definitely need to try to improve here. Just enough time to do one more lap. I didn't think they were going to be able to fix the car that fast because I had to change the wing, the tire. Lyondike's the car in front of me, so he's very quick. I don't have to worry about the gap. I did put more fuel in it, which is unfortunate. All right, come through the final corner. Let's see. I don't know if this would be good enough, but we'll try. Axels and Binzig going for a pole lap. Oh, well, hopefully that doesn't bode, or that's not indicative of what the race is going to be like. 58.1. Okay, I was never going to beat that anyway. Oh, what a dramatic qualifying session. Hopefully the race is good, but if not, at least we got that, right? Just letting the time tick down. All right, time is over. We'll look at the quick replay there, coming through the final corner. Yeah, I just miscalculated that. Understeered a lot there. Hey, maybe the car had damage after the pit. I think they usually fix it 100% though, so. With the double diffuser, yeah. All right, let's look at the standings then. The starting grid. So Danny Sullivan gets the pole with a 58.1. Let's hope he has some kind of engine issue during the race or something. But ahead of Arie Luyendyk by a full second. Somebody said in one of my last streams that the qualifying, I'm kind of rigging qualifying. So there's proof to you. It's very much not rigged. But Arie Luyendyk starting second. I'm in third place then. About a second, almost a second and a half off. 1.3 seconds off the pole. But it's all right. Third place, a good place to start. The starts here, I'm actually a bit nervous about the start. They're AI are chaotic through the first couple of corners. So hopefully I can make it through there cleanly. But Alonso Jr. back and forth on the outside of row 2. Then Mario Andretti and Emerson Fittipaldi. Teo Fabi and Mike Groff. Pancho Carter, Didier Days, Jan Bikus, Scott Brayton back in 12th, and Michael Andretti back in 13th. I mean, he'll probably work his way up to the front by lap 5 or something, but hey, it's a good start at least for me. Scott Goodyear, he wasn't in my session, so he just, maybe first session didn't have rubber on the track, so he wasn't able to improve his time. Scott Goodyear back in 14th ahead of Bobby Ray Hall. Rick Mears, Rocket Rick in 16th ahead of John Andretti, Raul Boisel, Eddie Cheever, Dominic Dobson, Tony Bettenhausen Jr. in 21st, Dean Hall, Randy Lewis, Hiro Matsushita, who I hit at Cleveland. 25th is AJ Foyt, who I hit at Toronto last season. Roberto Guerrero, who hit me at Long Beach. I've got a story about each one of these guys. Jeff Wood and then Willie T. Ribbs, who I hit or hit me, up for debate at the Indy 500. I've hit most of the cars in the season, I guess, at this point. Who did I hit at Milwaukee? I hit somebody there, too. All right, well, heck of a qualifying session. That was actually really exciting. So we'll jump then into the race. I need to survive this today. I'm going to add a little wing, a little bit of rear wing. Maybe get it even with the front. It's going to introduce some understeer, but I think I need some understeer. But that'll help me through the twisty bits. Hopefully not hold me up too much on the straight. But yeah, it's a 103 lap race, but the laps are about a minute, so it's still, still about an hour and a half race, maybe slightly longer than that with the pit stops and stuff. Gotta be about survival. I've had too many incidents this season, but it's so hard. So if I can make it through this race, that's my main goal, is making it through the race. Hopefully I can get a good finishing position. We'll have to see who's fast today. And then pit stop strategy. It should be a 2-stop race, probably stopping around lap 35 on both ends. 35 and then 70. That would be ideal. And try to get through it. It's round number 9 of the season, getting deep into the season. And so there's not going to be a lot of time left to catch Michael. And so if I can finish in front of Michael, that would just be the cherry on top. But finishing is the first goal. And as always with this, if I do get some weird thing on the start, because the AI you'll see, they're very chaotic on the very start of the race. So if there is some unavoidable thing, I will restart the race. Could also get a mechanical failure and things. So we'll have to play it as it comes and all that. But hopefully none of that's to worry about. So we'll get started with it. The 1990 Toronto Grand Prix. Thanks for tuning in. It's exciting. It's the Indy 500 Eve, and hopefully it actually happens tomorrow. Oh yeah, Willie T did IndyCar races. He did quite a few. I think he qualified for his first 500 in '91, if I'm not mistaken. But he did quite a few on the road courses in '90. Thank you all for the good luck. Definitely gonna need it here. I'm just really worried about hitting something. That's absolutely gonna be my downfall around here, whether it's the walls or lap traffic or fighting for positions. It's gonna be so easy to break the car at some point. But I survived Meadowlands even with some damage there. And certainly this track's not more difficult than the Meadowlands, I would think. Come through backside of the lap. So we've got Danny Sullivan right in front of me. I've got Emo on the left there. He's starting behind me. And Alan Sir Jr. on the left. We'll be starting side by side. It's the start. You'll see. They just get really weird in the final couple of corners and like clip through the pit wall and stuff. So hopefully I don't get swiped out here. But we'll make sure I can actually get through the first few corners if something weird happens. I'm expecting Ari to be quite slow in front. So we'll see if he has any pace, but no need for heroics here. It's a long race, 103 laps at Toronto. Pace car's off. Come in to the final corner. Green flag is out. There we go. Yeah, see that? All right, come through the final corner and get the green flag there over the line. The race has begun. Slide into turn number 1, down to second gear. Just block the inside a little bit. Get it onto the straight. We'll see what kind of top speed these guys have. I added a little bit of rear wing after qualifying there just to hopefully make the car feel a bit better. Get alongside Alan Sir Jr. down towards turn number 3. We'll break right at the 3 marker. Sullivan's going for the pass on Ari for the lead. These two side by side in front. I'm going to get held up next to Alan Sir Jr., but get him. All right. Slide up into third. Oh, little Al looking to the inside there. A lot of understeer. Actually give a little rear bar to the car. Tune the car in this game, which is one of the coolest things about it. Adjust the roll bars to hopefully help get the car to behave a little bit better, depending on your fuel load and wing settings and all that. All right, Sullivan gets around Ari at the end of the first lap here. We'll come through to complete lap number 1. Well, at least made it through the first lap. I'm on a full tank of fuel, you got to remember it's going to be quite a bit slower than qualifying. You can see how many laps are remaining. Each lap when I pass the start finish, a little pit board pops up. All right, in the slipstream with Ari though. I'm not that much faster in a straight line, unfortunately. See if we can dive up the inside with the extra downforce. There we go, late on the brakes. Get down to first gear, up into second position then. It's going to be very hard for me to watch the chat at all during this, so it was nice talking to you all. All right, Danny Sullivan's breaking away just a little bit here, but I had to pass Ari, I guess. Hopefully I don't regret that rear wing setting change. So far so good. That car is a bit understeery, but I'd rather be understeery than oversteery. And as the fuel burns off, we've seen throughout the season that maybe at the beginning of the stint I'm not quite as fast, but then as the fuel burns off, it comes back to me a little bit. All right, yeah, Sullivan's fast. I'm not seeing Michael Andretti. That's Mario back in 5th there. So hopefully we don't see Michael at all today and he just has a bummer day. Has an engine failure here on lap 1 and scores 0 points. That would be ideal. I could change the wings in the pits, but so far so good. I don't hate it yet. We'll see once we get to lap traffic. If I'm having a really tough time passing lapped cars, then maybe I would change it. I don't like changing the car much during the race, though. The downsides are often more severe than the upsides. I'm actually going to go down 1 on the front bar. That should help my turn in a little bit. Hopefully get the car to bite better into the corners. Oh, this is going to be so intense. This entire race. It is one of the best street tracks. I will agree with all the praise for Toronto. Really, really fantastic layout. One of those legendary street course layouts, I think right up there alongside like a Long Beach. It's just got great flow to it, which you don't find all the time on a street circuit. I think that the long straightaway helps because it creates a very good passing zone. So races, you can actually pass other cars, unlike some street courses. All right. Yeah, Danny is fast so far, but long way to go yet. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Four 4 seconds off, but I'm pulling away from Ari. He's still up in 3rd, which is good. It's a good sign for me. Yeah, it's unfortunate they had to change the pit area, but I think it was a necessity because of how the city's evolved a bit. Just gonna close the menu there. Meant to adjust a bar. The car is a bit too turny on the front end now, sliding around a bit. All right. Of course, things are all going to change once we catch the end of the pack, and the first time through especially is going to be quite treacherous. We're hoping to get to lap 35 or so, anything past 33 for the first stop. We should be able to do it. Or anything past 30, really. Just hitting the rev limiter right at the end of the straight. All right, it's a bit of quiet now. Sullivan's pulled out to a lead. He's on another level. The qualifying time was no joke. Ooh, game stuttered a bit there. Yikes. Please, may the DOS gods be with me today. All right. Try to settle in and enjoy this relatively clean track, because once we catch the end of the pack, it's not going to be like this anymore. Almost through the first 10 gallons of fuel, and this is typically when the car starts feeling a bit better. Just with the heavy fuel load of 40 gallons, you can imagine how much weight that adds to the car. So the final few corners, nice line there. Sixth gear is very short, actually. Could probably lengthen that just a little bit. I imagine we're going to start catching lap traffic in a lap or two. It's really not going to be too long with 28 cars out there. A little bit of oversteer into the long right-hander. Pulled out a little bit, though, from the cars behind, I think. Looks like Allister Jr. is settling into third. Mario's in fourth. I was very slow through the kink there. Come on. Just having to be so careful we don't just scrub a wall. Turn 3, just at the 2.5. I think of it as 2.5. It's, I think, 250 feet from the corner. Hard on the brakes. I mean, if Sullivan's that fast, realistically, I'm not going to be able to catch him. So this might be a race for second today, but a second place here would be, I would be ecstatic about that, especially against Danny. If Michael's nowhere to be found, then we can all celebrate together then. But long ways to go before we celebrate. Don't get ahead of myself here. 10 seconds already, though, behind Sullivan. I think he still hasn't caught the end of the pack, which is very surprising. We've lost a few cars on the opening lap. A little scuffle back there. Hopefully Sullivan has an engine expire or something. I mean, you got to think with a car that fast, maybe they've put a little rocket fuel in there. Got his push to pass going. God, I don't mean to start that war. All right, come through the kink. Going to take me a lot to get confident enough to go flat there during the race. This is working for me so far. Sullivan's pulling away, but I think I'm pulling away just a little bit every lap from Ari. No sign of anybody faster coming up behind, so just hopefully keep our eyes forward. All right, I see a car up there. Think good points day, exactly. You don't hear much about those anymore in a lot of racing, but that's what I want. It's a nice points day. All right, first lapped car of the race. Hopefully we'll just catch him always on the Lakeshore Drive straight, pass into turn 3, and there'll be no concerns. going to be a little too far back to catch him here. I think. Yeah. Just slightly too far back. I think it's Randy Lewis in front. Try to get around him quickly, but I got to be safe about it. Can't take risks with the passing. We'll get up the inside. I don't like passing there, but he's going to actually look at me on the inside. Sometimes they'll pass you back if you're not careful. All right, got around one. 7.5 seconds. I pulled in a ton on Danny there. Oh, lost it again. We're nearing half tank of fuel. I think we'll do fine on the lap count. We'll look at it next time around where I'm at. All right, I see Willie T in front. And then AJ Foyt in front of him. Nice and easy here. Oh, they're always going to be really slow coming out of this corner, but this is where I had a crash last year. I'm going to give it that extra pause. That's really bad. It's going to lose me so much time doing stuff like that. It's all right. It's all right. Don't freak out. Maybe line up Willie for turn 1. 90 laps to go. So I've already been through 13 laps. We're sitting very well on fuel, so I'm not worried about fuel at all today. Squeeze to the outside into the wall. That's what happened at Indy with me and Willie. But we'll get the inside here down Lakeshore up to turn 3. Sat behind Willie for basically a full lap there. Gotta be patient. All right, up behind AJ. This was my undoing last season. If you can remember, all the way back to the '89 race I did. I think I can squeeze there. I got to do that. As long as I can get in front of them before the tight kink, it should be okay. Yeah, we've got AJ Foyt and then King Hero in front of him. Alright, sneaked up the inside, snuck up the inside of Foyt there. Still in second place. Third is catching me a bit through this traffic, but I'll get more confident with it as the race goes. Just give me gotta have a little bit of time just to get used to it. I haven't done a lot of practice here, unfortunately, as much as I would have liked. Alright, through the right-hander. If I can get up in front of him before... Nicely done there. That'll be a spot I can pass. As long as I can do that before this kink, we should be good. Sit in the middle of the track so they don't overtake me into the right-hander here. That was big. Jan Vikas in front of me now in the ugliest car on the grid. Back to 13 seconds off of Sullivan through that, but made it through the first group of traffic, and they're the slowest ones. This is going to get a lot harder as we get up to the faster traffic. A bit late on the brakes there, but able to get it slowed down just in time. You can see Ari there passing the traffic behind me. Hopefully he gets held up a little bit. Oh, there's Michael, and Michael is in 4th place suddenly. It's going to spoil my day. Thought we might have had a Michael free afternoon. We'll see how quickly he gets around Ari. Hopefully he gets stuck behind him in the battle. Let me pull back away a bit. But yeah, Michael's not slow today. It just took him a while to get from 13th up to 4th. But oh, there he goes. He's already around him. All right. I have a feeling it won't be long until we see a Newman Haas in my mirror. Just keep going nice and steady. There's a long race to go. Who knows what's going to happen. But I'm definitely not going to make it easy for him when he gets to me. Keep an eye on the gap. So right now he's about 5 seconds behind me. Who knows? Maybe on pace I'm quicker. It's just the traffic that's going to be difficult. But if he's made it all the way up from the back of the grid to 3rd in just under 20 laps, he's probably very quick as well. Give it a bit more rear bar. I think I want a pretty stiff car around here. It's just understeering a little bit. Oh yeah, he's already gaining on me. Got a bunch more traffic in front. I think Jeff Wood is the first car. I'm not going to try to hit Michael, but it wouldn't be our first coming together of the season. We ran into each other at Portland, if anybody remembers. And I ended up going on to win that race, so maybe it's a strategy. But I'm likely to crash myself out if I hit another car. All right, get up the inside of Jeff Wood there. No! Oh my God. All right, I think I just blew a tire, probably. This is, I think, exactly what I did last season with... Oh! All right. That was a big hit. Did I survive that? We got a yellow flag at least, but that might be the car. It's definitely Ari's car. The car's still rolling all right. Let's see if the crew can attend to it. Do I go try to? I think I got to stay out and try to pick up the pace car, so that I don't lose a ton of time. No, that was Jeff Wood. I tried passing a lapped car. I thought I was able to do that, because I got around Hero there, and then he just stuck it up the inside. My left rear, I think, is flat. Yeah. And my right front. Yeah, it was Wood that, or Ari that ended up hitting me. All right, let's slow down nice and gently. We don't spin into the corner. All right, I got to go into the pits. It's so hard to drive. Yeah, Ari crashed into me and was out. We'll look at the replay here in a second. Hopefully they can fix my car, but it's pretty messed up. I think they might be able to. We'll see. Cross your fingers for the Sunoco Papyrus crew today. This might have been a bad idea to try to stay out. I'm just hopeful I could not lose a lap in the pits. But we'll fill it full of fuel, I guess. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping, Taka. Because, yeah, I think you're right. All right, I'll jump into the pits. I can't keep going around like this. All right, keep it under the speed limit because we don't need more penalties. All right, cross your fingers. Fix it. Why can't they fix the car? Usually you can't drive it. Oh, the rear wing is broken. That's probably why they can't fix it. I don't know. What do we think? I think if I ask you if we should reset, you're always going to say yes. I wasn't missing a wheel, but the rear wing was broken, so. It's coming up the inside. God, I mean, you can't avoid that. But I just have to not pass anybody there. I've only just started. He had a death wish. This, I think, is exactly what happened to me last season. All right. I did say at the beginning of the season that if it was in the first stint, we'll try, but I don't feel good about it. But it's for the entertainment. What is this going to be, like the 4th race this season that I've restarted at some point? Yeah, so I mean we just know, like, you have to be complete. You have to have the pass complete before that kink. No, I mean, you have to imagine, like, the car probably had like chassis damage or something, so they couldn't fix the wing. The damage in this is very realistic. The problem is it's very easy to get it. It's maybe easier to get damaged in this, but it's an appropriate amount. Exactly. That was just a warm-up, everybody. All right, I am going to soften the car once on front and rears. Okay, get your mind back in it, because I mean, we were like 25 laps into the thing there. But I need to do a nice clean start again. Yeah, we're going to see a completely different race. This is one of my favorite things to do in IndyCar too, because if you do, you'll see it. I guarantee you, different cars are going to be fast. Maybe Michael won't be fast this time. We'll get lucky. It's all for fun anyway, but it's so brutal. If that happens again, unfortunately, I'll have to claim defeat, just because it is. I could be here all day trying to get a good race. But all right, green flag is out. Let Unser slip in front. We'll start Toronto Grand Prix like it never even happened. That was just a bad dream. It's nice and easy here down into turn 1. Ari's challenging Sullivan up the outside. I got Emo right behind me. We get onto Lakeshore. All right, side by side with Unser Jr. He's thinking of a pass on Ari there, but Ari holds him up. Might slide into second here in the opening lap. Get it hard on the brakes, down to first gear. Should have the inside line. Run Ari out wide just a little bit. Unser Jr. going to get by him as well. All right, there we go. Sullivan in front then. Let's see what kind of pace he has now. Ooh, car got really loose there. Get that front bar up again. All right, through the death kink. So this is great. I can't even read the chat, so I don't know if you guys are mad or hopefully happy. It's all just for fun. Trust me, we'll have plenty of opportunities to DNF in the later half of the race. Trying to at least give a little bit of a shot for something exciting here. Right out to the wall there through turn number 1. I just have to rein it back in now. It's tough to reset mentally and like really take it easy again. But there goes Sullivan riding off into the future in front of us. See if I get that. Yeah, no more oversteer here, which is good. There's always a stutter in that corner with the sound. It scares me. I might have survived that crash if Ari hadn't run into me at 1,000 miles an hour there. But I've never actually seen that where you didn't knock a corner off your car and the pit crew couldn't fix it. I'm surprised they couldn't fix it. But it looked like the wing was really bent up, so. All right. So just like last time, or in that dream we had, I guess, Danny Sullivan's pulling away in front, but this time, Alistair Jr. is quite quick behind me. Looks like Ari and Emerson falling off a little bit behind him, but Alistair Jr. is stuck right behind me now. 100 to go. Just see Danny Sullivan take turn 3 there. But he's very quick still. So Danny's just got something else going on. Ooh, yellow flag. All right. Let me catch up and we'll see what happened there. Interesting. Some sort of crash or something. Let's hope it's Michael. That's interesting. Some sort of yellow flag right at the start of the race here. Maybe a car had an engine failure and couldn't get back to the pits or something like that. Yeah, very surprising yellow. That'll certainly change the complexion of things here. Jeff Wood wrecking somebody else this time, maybe. You just can't. There's always those spots on tracks where you just can't pass the AI, no matter how fast you are. They just don't give up. I was ahead of him, and he still drove into me. So you have to be like completely ahead. All right, come around here, Sullivan. He's going to catch up to the pace car there. All right, let's see what happened. Let's see what happened. Now, I found out on this track, the replays get really stuttery for some reason, so not sure why that is, but all right. Just about the time the yellow came out, and we'll see who done it. Yeah, I think it's a bit too early for pitting. Michael Andretti is still very far down the pack at this point. There must be debris on the track. I don't see any cars with issues. Let me just rewind slightly more. Oh, there it is, Bobby. Oh, Bobby. What has happened? So coming, this is, what is this, turn 5? Turn 4? He must have hit the inside wall and broke the left front. Oh, Bobby. All right. Yeah, I think it's too early for any kind of pit stop. It's an easy two-stop race. We're not going to make it on one stop if we pit here. So I think, I mean, it obviously restart. Yeah, Bobby crashes. I have to restart the race. I think he hit like the inside wall on the left front, and it broke it, and then it shot him into the outside wall. That's my canon reason for the crash there. But yeah, I was coming through here, so the next corner up ahead. Yeah, Bobby Rahal was very good on street circuits, yeah. But yeah, they had that inside wall and then ended up in the outside. This is a Rahal restart channel, okay? We always restart for Rahal. All right, so this will eat up a couple laps. It looks like Michael's in 11th, almost hit the rear end of Danny there. You have to watch the AI checkup. That's like one of the most deadly things in this. We're only on lap 6, though. I mean, like, there's lots of racing to go. See if we get the one to go this time. The boost doesn't... So I can unboost. Doesn't really do anything under yellow, though, because you're not using it. So you can see on the dash I'm at 30, 32, 31 boost. It doesn't really burn fuel extra when you're at lower levels of boost. So it's only when you're at full throttle and burning that full, what is it, 42 boost, that cranking it down would lessen that. The STP Krakow car is one of those lovable, ugly liveries. I never really thought of it as ugly. I think yellow and blue is a nice contrasting color palette. It's a very, I mean, it's just like a two-tone, simple design, so maybe they could have done a little bit more. I mean, most of the cars back in this time were like 2 colors, but I think they just painted right in the side pods one color and the body a different color. Anyways, all right. So we'll come around. I think Sullivan's just going to pull away once again, but I'll try not to get jumped by Unser Jr. here and try to get a good restart at least. So at least delay the lap traffic a bit. Yeah, exactly, Taka. So what Taka's saying is correct. If the boost doesn't go higher than 37, then the setting really doesn't do anything. All right, here we come. Let's take the green, restart. Sullivan got a great jump there, but I also got a jump on Unser Jr. 96 laps to go. Thought Unser was going for it there. Blocked the inside a bit. Oh, I get it onto Lakeshore. Sullivan's already gone in front of me. Just keep an eye on Unser Jr. behind me. Try to brake pretty late here. I don't know if I just heard a crash sound. Maybe not. All right, let's just try to get a gap again. Nothing too risky. We'll lift through the kink. Unser Jr. is not slow today. He's right there. Now that we started single file and fuel's burned off a little bit, he feels a little faster than he was. Understeer through the final few corners. Less than a second gap to Unser Jr. behind. Should have the speed on him on the straight here. Yeah, just a bit further ahead than last lap. So we'll pull away, but he's definitely not slow. I gotta be conscious of that, especially once we get to traffic. master that last left-hander there. Get you set up nicely for this front stretch sweep, as we call it. All right, Emo's right on Alonso Jr. as well, so hopefully that keeps him occupied behind me. Already 3.5 seconds off of Danny Sullivan in front. That's interesting. I thought he would actually probably be slower now that we restarted the race and it just resets everybody's strengths, but Danny is destined to lead this. Finally flat through the kink. A bit faster leading up into the right-hander. That's what happens when you're faster through that section. Gave up some time to Alonso Jr. there. I just feel so slow today. They're pretty quick around here, the AI. And the fact that it's such a hard circuit doesn't make that any easier. The AI are pretty good on strategy. I mean, I imagine they'll make the right number of stops and stuff. They usually don't do anything too silly. So it's an honest race today. Trying to push a little bit while keeping it nicely between the walls, and it's not easy. The AI in this game, we've talked about this a bunch before, but they're pretty bad at wheel-to-wheel racing, but everything else they're very good at. So if you could take some of the modern Sims AI, like wheel-to-wheel, being able to go through the kink side by side and not crash, stuff like that, but then all the strategy stuff, the performance differences and all that, that's kind of the perfect combo in my eyes. But it's really fun to do full races in this game because the AI run, fairly realistic race. Makes seasons and stuff a lot of fun. Man, the speed difference coming into that corner if I go flat through the kink versus not is so different. But Monster Jr. is not leaving me alone after that restart. Probably another 2-3 laps we're going to start hitting that lap traffic. I'm very nervous for it. Oh, I just scrubbed the wall there. I think we're okay. The lightest brush. Don't want to do stuff like that, though. Close there again. I got to be careful. It's going to be so easy to just crash myself out of the race. Trying to stay in front of Alonso Jr. here, but he is pushing. From the walls this time. Really bad bad through the kink that time. There's no confidence in it. It's just hard to be precise in this. I think the damage and everything is actually really realistic. It's just really hard to put in consistent laps and stuff. It's keep the car on the same exact spot of the track each lap. It's not quite as easy as I find it in a lot of more modern games. Really pushing the brake zone down into turn 3, because I think that's one of the only spots that I'm gaining time on the cars behind. Just waiting for any second we're going to come around a corner and see a lapped car. Oh, the sound there. Every time going through that corner, it stutters. Yeah, Emma won last race because he had kind of an alternate strategy, and I think he benefited from some of the yellow flags. But that does happen. The good thing is they don't usually do stuff like pit on the last lap or anything like that. They're smart enough to split up the stints. Munster Jr. is really not fallen back at all. If anything, he's actually gained the last couple of laps, but I just saw the first lapped car in front, so it begins. I'll just try to be a little more careful this time. I thought I was being plenty careful last time, but this section's kind of a whole no-no zone, which really limits how I'm going to be able to stay in front of these cars behind. Got to keep it mostly to Lakeshore Drive. And Danny's just absolutely gone. I'm not worried about him anymore. He is on his way to win right now. No problems for him there. Not nearly close enough at all to get the first lap car on the straight. Probably going to catch him in the back section of the course. All right, it's Willie T this time. I'm in full survival mode now. I might end up losing a few spots here, but I can't really take chances with passing live traffic, so it's going to be a frustrating day. Willie is so slow there. If I'm really on the back of him, I can get him into turn 1, but it's not an easy passing zone. It's not as hard of a braking as you'd imagine. All right, get him up the inside onto Lakeshore. First car passed. They'll easily get past him on the straight as well, so luckily they didn't lose a spot there to Balancer Jr. as he's looking to the inside. Oh, we hit. Oh, he spins out. I mean, I thought I gave him the space. We'll see what the stewards have to say about it. I think I got away with that without damage. It's going to give me a heck of a gap. He must have got the car righted right away because there's no yellow flag. All right. Contact between Balancer Jr. and Ryan Axelson. They're fighting through traffic. He took a late lunge. This has been a brutal race so far, and we're barely into it. 85 laps to go. All right, nice and easy now. He's only 3 seconds behind. He must have just had a little half spin. Lost the wheel in his hands for a second and continued on. They're bouncing off each other in the streets of Toronto. So we're going to catch Guerrero here in front. Jeff Wood right in front of him. Can I make it past Jeff Wood? Challenge impossible. Gonna have to pass him quite a bit today. He is very slow out back there. All right, we should get at least one of these guys on the straight here. Try to get a nice run out. I can see Alistair Jr. behind again. He's not going to be happy about what happened down in turn 3. All right, side by side with Guerrero, easily get him. We've got the whole train. And yeah, now I'm catching Wood in the exact same spot as last time. This is a nightmare. Yeah, I want to do it, but you saw it. You saw what happened last time. This is absolutely going to kill me today. I don't know what I can do. I got past a car there. I just don't know how I did it and didn't crash. I must have been just a little bit further ahead. There's not a lot you can do, though, if you're passing and then you realize you're not going to be ahead. Here comes Alistair Jr. again. So I'm stuck up behind Jeff Wood, being real cautious with it. Oh, Jeff squeezes me to the inside wall. Here comes Alistair Jr. alongside, taking advantage of that. Try to follow him through. Watch, he'll make easy work of Jeff Wood here. Down into turn 3. I'm too far back to do anything. Jeff, you're killing me. Get up the inside of him here, I guess. Man. My nemesis in this race is Jeff Wood. All right. Alistair Jr. stuck up behind Hiro Matsushita. Down the backstretch. He can't pass either, so that's a good sign. He's going to get him here into the right-hander. Oh, Hiro making a little bit of contact there. We're going to have the full Andretti hands going today. Absolutely brutal here. The AI is rough. They really don't give you any space. Squeak up the inside of Hiro. I wasn't able to do that on Wood. That was tricky. All right. A little bit of a hole here. All right, so Alistair Jr. was able to get by. We're 20 seconds behind Danny Sullivan. He's just killing the field now. I've got Emerson Fittipaldi somewhere behind me. So we're in the midst of the real dense traffic now. Just play it cool. We're not even past the first pit stop. Like, there's so much racing to happen. Things will get more spread out too, as long as we don't get another yellow. It should, in theory, get easier. We'll get up the inside here. Oh, I didn't get the gear there in a second. All right, Guerrero or Dominic Dobson in front now, the other black car. All right, car's coming alive a bit with low fuel. Past half tank. 81 laps to go. Yeah, I've already had it coming together with Hiro. Cleveland. That was my fault, kind of. I mean, I guess if you looked at it from a pure racing incident, it was Hiro's fault. But I should know better with the IndyCar 2 AI. And it was definitely my fault from that perspective. Another stutter with the sound there. All right, we got one of the Porsches in front. Pretty far back in the pack. Not having a good day. Not sure if it's Andretti or Fabi. I guess he's still in the race, so it could be worse. Oh, he's going in the pits. Commentator curse. Porsche, that's very early to be a pit stop, so I think I spoke too soon. All right. AJ Foyt now in front. Making a move up the inside of Scott Brayton in front of him. All right, if Foyt can fade to the right, I could probably get him up the inside here. elbows with Hoyt. It's not exactly who you want to collide into. I'm sure he'll remember the '89 season with us. All right, Scotty Brayton now. This lap has worked out. So I'm figuring out a few spots where you can pass with relative safety. Should be able to get Scott here up into turn 1, up the inside. You have to brake pretty late there to do that. All right, 14 gallons of fuel left. We're getting close to the pit stop time. Car is very light now, very nimble. We've got a bit of clear road. You can see Unser Jr. in front. He hasn't really stretched away from me too much. A few seconds. But we're just about the same speed, and he's going to be a little bit better through traffic just because he knows. He knows something I don't know. Laps to go. The laps do go by fast here because they're only about a minute long, but it's a lot of laps. No matter the way you cut it. At this rate, we're going to get lapped by Danny Sullivan before halfway. Which, good on him, I guess. That's what he's going to do today. Still no sign of Michael behind. I don't want to speak too soon, but hopefully he's mired in some traffic back there. We've got Jan Vikas in front. Yeah, Danny could be slower. Maybe he's taking a little less fuel off the start or something. I don't know. They'll run out of rocket fuel for him. Emerson Fittipaldi's not too far behind me. I can see him every once in a while in the rear view. Oh, it's Eddie Cheever in front. Wonderful target car. Only year it ran with that livery. Sneak up the inside. Oh, a bit of contact. How many cars am I going to hit today? Usually you cannot hit cars at all in IndyCar 2 and get away with it. And I think I've already hit 3 in this race alone. All right, get by Cheever. I just have to be a little more assertive on the brakes in those corners and just kind of ruin my exit, but at least get by the car. All right, 10 gallons of fuel left, quarter of tank. We got a little extra help on the yellow at the start, so we're going to take a full tank at this first stop, but depending on how the rest of the race goes, if we don't get any more yellow flags, we might be able to short fill for our final stop, save a couple seconds on pit road. Ooh, car gets a little squirrely under braking there. During that little clip I recorded of the rendition version of this game, I bounced off of Robbie Gordon going around Michigan, which I've not done that before. It was, I thought I was going to have a big wipe out there. And then later on in that clip, Brian Herta takes me out. But I hope at some point we can play all the modded tracks and cars and stuff and maybe do the 91 season in high resolution. But it's not, the thing is, and I've said this before, the rendition version of the game itself has bugs and things that aren't necessarily problems with the custom wrapper that's being built. It's just, it wasn't really a tested version of the game. It very was like a beta, basically. So there might be some stuff that just can't be fixed. So hopefully nothing major, and we can still have fun with it, but we'll see. I don't know. I think the next few months will be pretty exciting for our little IndyCar 2 community. Late on the brakes there, rear end. Wanted to swap on me. I'll give it another click of front bar. Now that we're light on fuel, I can see Emo there behind. He gained on me through that slide I had. Almost running out of gear here in 6th, right at the top of the rev range. I don't like that. Caution. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't count another yellow flag out during this race, but we're just going to have to race it like it's going to be green the rest of the way. We got 73 laps to go, and we're coming up soon on the first pit stop. I think we got another at least 5 laps or so. So we're going to be very, very good on fuel. Kart's first race in New Hampshire, yeah, it was 1992. My home track. Some of the best if you want to see really good short track oval racing for IndyCar, the 93 and 94 New Hampshire races have some of the best racing. I think the 93 races, specifically the kind of final stints of that, are just so good. Really, really cool stuff. I think I'm using a little over a gallon a lap, 6.7 through that time. So we're not too far away from the first pit stop, but I have to hope I don't get undercut or overcut by Emo here behind me. Got another lap car coming up in front. It's actually been clear track for a little while here, which I'm very thankful for. Just about a gallon a lap, slightly more, maybe like 1.03 or something, so keep that in mind. To be able to do at least 35 laps on a tank of fuel, which is good. It's what we need to do. Yeah, I went to New Hampshire for a few of those years, 95, 96. I mean, all of them, actually, after 95. Long time ago now. Feels like a lifetime ago. Saw Tony Stewart just decimate the field one year. All right, fuel lights on. Catching one car here. I think it's Bettenhausen. $70 laps to go. Should I pit? I think I might pit. If I pit though, I might come out in traffic. You just don't know. Oh, it looks like Sullivan's pitting. I'm going to keep going then. Sometimes this can be beneficial for me because I'll be on light fuel if the AI pit a bit early. Looks like Sullivan didn't have any issues in the pit lane, so he's going to pit and come out and probably keep the lead the whole time. Oh, Unser Jr. in the pit as well. All right, I'm going to stay out, even though I've got a little bit of traffic here. Just because I'm on light fuel, so I should be able to gain at least a few seconds on Unser Jr. through this. Emo's in the pits. Teo Fabi's back there in 5th, so definitely wasn't Fabi that we saw jump in the pits earlier. Looks like John Andretti's having some issues, but it's good. No sign of Mario or Michael yet. Mario's behind me. So gallons of fuel left. We could do one more lap, I think. I might do it this time though. There's a lot of traffic here. I'm gonna have to pass Bettenhausen. That could cross my fingers. That will come out of the pits and clear track itself. All right, we're gonna come into the pits this time. A little bit earlier than I have to, but we'll avoid some of this traffic. Looks like another car up the road pitting. Jan Bikas, I think. Right down to first gear. Coming to the stall. All right. I made it through the first stint. It's not the whole race, but at least I've made it to the first stint. Whatever happens from here, this is absolutely going to be it. So hopefully we can make it to the end of the race. Keep it under 80 miles an hour. So come through the left-hander here in the pit lane. It's a very short pit lane. All right, pretty clear track. We still got Jan Bikas in front here. But traffic situation looks a little bit better than it was when I came into the pits. Come back out in 3rd position. Emo's still behind me. We gained a little bit of time through that whole sequence. All right, we're in stint number 2 now. Cold tires, full fuel, yep. Of course, I'm going to catch Bikas here right at the worst part. Worst place on the track to catch somebody. I know I can get by here, but I just have to be past him before the kink. That's not easy to do. Oh no. Right, we got a pit. Hopefully the car's not fully damaged, but I think I just blew a tire. I tried to make the dive there. That absolutely ruins this. Come on. I was just celebrating how I made it through the first stint. All right, we're going to be way down the pack now. Michael's back in 8th place right now, too. Not having much luck. This track is so hard. I don't know. I think it's the AI are just a bit more erratic than at other tracks, being the default. It's all right. Could be worse. I could be out of the race, but that really hurts us. We're going to be a lap down now, so if we get a yellow flag, we're screwed. Just try our best. Mike Groff on the outside there is trying to make it interesting for me. All right. Try to get Groff here down into turn 3. Side by side with the car. It's Randy Lewis. All right, so we're in 11th position. 1 lap down. I'm the first car 1 lap down, so Sullivan's not far up the road from me. And I have to hope he keeps lapping the field and that I could also work my way back into the top 10. But I just outbroke myself there trying to get by Jan Bikas because I thought I could jump him through that corner, and I probably could have, but I just went too deep, hit the wall, blew a tire. We got 66 laps though. As long as we don't get a yellow flag anytime soon, we should have a shot at get him back into the top 10 at least. And I don't know, maybe if Andretti's not too fast today, maybe I can get back around him. You want me to hit the pace car? Yeah, pretty much hit everything today. All right, Scotty Brayton here in front. It's just, I got to make, oh, I hit him. Oh my God. Everybody's going to be so mad at me after this race. And from the highs of the qualifying session, how fun that was, to this race being the most frustrating race so far this season. Got AJ Foyt in front of me now. He won't find it so funny if I hit him, so be careful. And I'd really feel a lot better if these cars in front of me started going a lap down as well. Yeah, hit the pace car. I got it. There's actually an Easter egg in this game if we hit the pace car. If I crash out of this race, I will show it to you. I think it's on this version of the game. They might have removed it because it's questionable. It'll be a lot closer than this to lunge up the inside here. Unfortunately, there's just like no way for me to get back on the lead lap because I'm slow. So there's no way I'm going to pass Sullivan. So my best hope now is that we don't have a yellow flag the rest of the race, and that I think I am faster than probably the back half of the top 10. So if I can stay green, stay clean, maybe I can get back into the top 10. Or up towards the top 5 even. But if we get a yellow flag at some point, it is not going to happen, especially if it's soon. Other thing we could hope for is that Sullivan has an accident. Or DNFs or something. Yeah, Boisel is pretty far up the road. There's a big gap here for 11th. All right, still quite a few laps to go. We're still over half the race, unfortunately for me. So you never know. Just stick to it. Try to keep clean. Got a nice little patch of clear road in front of me now. Oh, Scott Goodyear's lost a couple spots. 27 seconds up there. They should be going a lap down any second. They're a minute behind the leader. I think I'm just inside the points though, right? I believe Alistair Jr. is behind me. Second place coming up behind me. Sullivan has such a big lead, man. I gained a couple seconds on that lap, so it's going to take maybe 10 laps, but I should be able to get up there. We're going to be really good on fuel now, so I'm going to have to calculate how much fuel to put in the car for the final stop. That will help as well gain just a little bit of time back. I think it's just a little over a gallon per lap, so we can use that as our gauge. Yeah, in my experience, the car does get repaired to 100%, but I don't know that for certain. It feels fine. If I make more mistakes, it's just because I'm getting sloppy. All right, Cheever in front. We should get him on the straight here. It's going to be close. Come on. Slipstream. Right into the braking zone. All right, get around Cheever. That was good. That was huge. I much prefer passing there than anywhere else on this track. Five-time Indy 500 winner, maybe in his mind. Never was a big fan of Eddie Cheever. All right, 60 laps to go. Getting closer to halfway. Man, this has been a ridiculous race so far. Very, very challenging. I'd have to say at this point, this is probably the hardest race I've done this season. Wasn't really expecting it. I thought Meadowlands was going to be harder. But just the way the AI are here, it makes it really, really hard. Hopefully I can get through this next 60 laps, but at least get some points. See where we end up. I know I am absolutely quicker than some of these cars in front of me, so if we keep to it and we don't get a yellow flag, we should have a chance to catch him. Oh yeah, unfortunately I think we were all forced to listen to Eddie for many years. I can't tell you how happy I was when ABC lost the broadcast of the 500. And he was maybe a big reason why I was so happy. All right, finally, Scott Goodyear's a lap down now. 23 seconds ahead of me. Not pulling in as much as I was hoping. I'm definitely catching him, but... Yeah, that's right. The next race is Michigan, and I have to do... I mean, I keep saying every race that I have to do well, but if I don't do well at Michigan, then there's really no hope for the season. It's a sophomore slump, I guess. But it's why I think it's why you guys watch. This is a brutal game sometimes, so when you do well, it really does feel significant. All right, 18 seconds now. A lot of you guys are obsessed with that CN tower, huh? All right, Willie T in front. See if I can get him up into this left-hander here. What? That was bad. Come on. I really screwed that up. I didn't brake hard enough or deep enough. Ooh, I'm going to do it here. Oh, my God. It's like each lapped car is like a final boss. Took a risk there, I will admit. I just didn't want to. They just lose so much time sitting behind him through that whole section. Carter, yeah, he's having a good day. Poncho. Good for him. I feel like that's a Newman Haas car in front of me, but I don't think it would be. No, it's Bekas. Uh-oh. Hi, Jan. Well, Carter's actually 2 laps down now. Field is so mixed up at this point. A few more cars on my lap though, so got 17 seconds to get up to Goodyear. I'm not pulling him in that fast. I mean, I'm catching him, but only a little bit. They are on lighter fuel than me though, so they should have to pit quite a bit sooner, at least a couple laps sooner than I will. All right, Jan, we meet again, buddy. I'm way too far back now to lunge there. I'm going to be stuck behind him this whole section of the course. If I can stick close on the rear wing through the kink, then I should be able to get a lunge where I crashed last time trying to pass him. But I've already messed that up once. Look, Jan's actually pretty quick. Here comes Allister Jr. Get up my left side. All right, just trying to get Jan onto the straight. Wheel to wheel. Here comes Unser Jr. This time I'll let him by since he is putting a lap on me. I imagine he wouldn't even know if he's passing me for position or not. I guess they would have had radios, but it's easy to get confused on stuff like that. There's quite a few incidents in the history of IndyCar racing, but I'd imagine all racing, caused by drivers thinking they were fighting for position when they weren't. One of the most famous is, just thinking of the Indy 500, since it's so topical right now, is Emerson Fittipaldi in 1994. He basically had a full lap on the entire field with that Mercedes-powered Penske at Indy. And Allister Jr., his teammate, was coming up behind him to unlap himself. And all Emo had to do was let him go. But Emerson thought they were fighting for the lead. And so he just overstepped and crashed and turned forward at Indianapolis with, 30 laps to go or something like that. And Allister Jr. went on to win. I think Emerson very easily could have won that race. And he crashed thinking he was defending the lead. Alright, sat 11th. I haven't made as much progress on the cars in front as I was hoping I would through this stint, but I've been on heavier fuel the whole time too. I'm still about 10 seconds off of Goodyear in front. I imagine they're going to have to pit probably in another 10 laps or so. So hopefully I can use that time to put some distance on them. I don't know. At least get up into the top 10. I don't see Andretti either in 9th or 10th, so he was in 8th last time we had known. Hopefully he's still there, because I do think there's a shot at me getting up into like 8th position or so. Yeah, there's that very famous Mark Martin in NASCAR. That was Busch, where Mark Martin, I think it was Bristol, right? Or North Carolina, one of those tracks. He was coming to the white flag and he went into the pit lane thinking he had already won the race. Definitely embarrassing incident, something like that. All right, 8.3 seconds to Goodyear. There's a lot of traffic coming up though, so this is where stuff gets tense. Bettenhausen in front here. I should have lunged on him there. Probably could have got him into that corner. We've got a lot of cars stacked up, and this makes the AI move even crazier. We'll get Bettenhausen into this left-hander, though. Oh, we make contact again. He's going to try to get around me. Seriously, I've lost count of how many cars I've hit at this point. It'd be easier to probably count who I haven't hit in this race. Oh my God, another one. Anybody that plays this game knows how impossible it is to hit cars with realistic damage on and get away with it, and somehow I've hit like almost every single one. It's a contact sport. Yeah, I guess they say street racing in IndyCar is a bit physical. I just didn't think it was quite like this. Scooter on the outside of Thays there. No, they don't like getting past anywhere, it seems. This is Carter in front. Lunge on him. He's maybe gotten the word from the radio that, hey, Axelson's on a bit of a death wish today. He just jumps out of the way for me. I'm being a bit too polite, I think, is the issue. Sometimes you got to really check yourself in there, and then they won't come back on you. All right, Guerrero, Matsushita again in front. I've already hit him. All right, 8.4 seconds, 50 laps to go. We're over halfway. I missed it. Just being in this battle, in these battles. Slide up the inside of Guerrero. That spot scares me a bit too. That's where Jeff Wood closed the door on me if you're not fully inside there. All right, Matsushita in front. Just absolutely blow the corner to make sure we get in front of him. That's the way to do it. Jeff Wood again. We're catching the really slow cars. Yeah, this was the track where Krasnov had his fatal crash down into turn 3 there. Love to lunge there, but this might have been why I was catching Goodyear so much, because he had to get through all this as well. 8.9 seconds, yeah. Ooh, little swervy under the brakes there to make a last-minute direction change. Get around Wood, though. All right, Mike Groff behind me is 2 laps down, so I'm the last car on the lead lap now. Or, sorry, I'm the last car 1 lap down. 11th place. Sullivan is wiping the competition today. Inside of Groff there. Dobson in front, should be able to get him here on the straight. Scotty Brayton, I think I've already hit him. Need to protest. What is this, modern motorsports? We'll get Scotty. I can do that move if I get that exit out of the long right-hander. That's the only time that works. It's got to be a pretty slow car as well. All right, come around. 47. All right, so we're getting close to the time where we could pit and make it to the end. Has anybody done the math? How much fuel I need to finish? It should be just a little over a gallon a lap, so I'd love to say a gallon a lap, but let's say 38 laps or so for a full tank. So at some point we'll be able to reduce the fuel to fill. I'm definitely not going to pit early unless we get a yellow flag. If we get a yellow flag, I'll pit right away because we probably could save and make it to the end now. But if it stays green, which it looks like it's gonna, we'll stay out. Everybody else should be pitting here pretty soon. I imagine in the next couple of laps, and then hopefully my last pit stop's just a bit shorter. And that coupled with my pace, I could get back into the top 10 and resurrect something out of this crazy race today. If I can survive this, I'll be very, very happy. Even with all the incidents and everything, I'll be very, very happy. Understeer there. Almost undoing myself. Yeah, the thing with protest, I don't know. I don't have a well-formed enough opinion on exactly how it should work. It just feels like there's too many protests these days. I don't know what the right answer is. It just feels like it happens too often, almost, especially in, like your Formula Ones and stuff. It seems like every single race, people are getting protested. I think there's absolutely protestable things in motorsports. It just feels like it happens too much. I don't know why it happens so much now compared to years gone by. .2 gallons last lap. Uh-oh. My math might be off. Long right-hander here. Got a nice empty spot on the track here. I like this. Hopefully traffic works out for me. That could also play a big role in whether or not I'm able to get back into this top 10 or not. I cannot believe we haven't gained any spots. AI is very quick here. Some of my testing, I had a race where I led very easily and I was worried they were too slow. I can't believe, I'm happy I didn't speed them up. That would have been bad. Bunch of traffic now. It's too early for me to pit. Oh, Emerson Fittipaldi's out. I got really excited because I saw there was somebody out. Well, that gets me my top 10. I was hoping that was going to be Michael. So ML with some mechanical failure here. Just getting into last stint territory. Up to 10th. Raul Boisel sitting in 8th right now. Right, bunch of cars up here. 1.2 gallons, all right. I'll have to figure out once we get towards the end of the tank how much we can put in. We'll definitely be able to go with less than a full tank of gas, which will save us a little bit of time, but I only did a lap or two after that first stop before the crash. So try my best there to crash again. All right, coming around. So 42 laps to go. Cheever there, taking a pop out the inside of Willie T. Ribs. Get up the inside of Cheever here. Get Ribs as well. I was a little worried about that. The AI become impossible, almost impossible to pass if they're also passing each other. Because Cheever's looking up the inside, block the inside line. they become almost impossible to predict if they're trying to pass another car. All right, 41 to go. 5 seconds. I'm not too far behind Goodyear. Hopefully through this pit stop cycle I can get around him. Every spot now is just a few more points. It's not going to be a great points day, but every little bit. We're fighting that second spot battle in the season is very, very close, and this is going to hurt for me today because I think most of the rest of the folks fighting for it, except for Emo, are up here. Sullivan has just been so fast. Unless his car breaks, he's absolutely going to win this. More lapped cars. Foyt's back in front. That might have been Unser Jr. that just got around him. Got held up quite a bit. Foyt's decently fast today, so probably won't catch him till the front stretch anyway. Yeah, that's another thing to remember. I've got one less lap to do than the pit board says because that's the leader's laps to go. So it's really 38 to go for me right now, which we could definitely do with some fuel saving. So the pit window is absolutely open. Get around Foyt there. It's always close with him. There's going to be some cars that are many, many laps down at the end of this, I think. It's going to look like a pretty realistic result, I bet. The sound stuttering there just scares me every time. I was hoping we'd see them pit by now, but I guess it was only a lap or so after my pit stop that they crashed, so but it should be really any lap now. They pit. It says I've got 5 laps to go on fuel. We might need more or less a full tank for this if I'm really burning 1.2 gallons a lap. Like that. Still is Unser Jr. that I'm seeing here. Haven't seen Goodyear yet. Yeah, if anything, everybody's just gotten faster this race. I was almost able to keep up with them through the first stint, but not anymore. Fuel light is on. I think it's almost going to be a full tank here at the end. everybody's unlapping themselves. I think Sullivan must be in the pits then. Oh, how nice would it be if, there he is, if I can get around him and then we get a yellow flag. That would just be a miracle. Try to get around him here. Should be able to. He's going to be on full fuel here. Side by side with Sullivan. Getting down into the braking zone. He's going to be quite a bit slower just because of that fuel right now. It's the one time in the race I'm quicker than Sullivan. I guess he's not the leader. Little Al is the leader. Little Al's actually done quite well to stay that close to Sullivan for the race, but yeah, I'm still a lap down because Little Al's actually the leader for now. We're going to push this right to the end of the fuel stint, though. All right, there we go. Finally, in the pits, Raul Boesel as well. It's up into 9th momentarily. Still got one more lap after this, I think. Yeah, I didn't really get much of an advantage on the fuel strategy, though. They're actually doing a bit better than me today. See what the fuel is next time around. If it's 1.2, I'm going to stretch this literally as far as it goes, because right now, my only hope for this race is I get a yellow flag right now. And the chances of that are very, very small. But we can hope, we can play the game, and it's worth staying out as long as possible. Because I am a bit quicker now, too. This is just, I'm going to be better on pace, being this low on fuel. Yeah, we got one more lap, just one more. We can't do two. But Leyendijk in the pits, I'm up to 8th position. All right, let's we'll pause real quick on the backstretch here to set the strategy, since I can't talk to my crew at the same time. All right, so if we look here, we've got 33 laps to go. So 33 times 1.2. It's probably be too much fuel. I basically need the 40. We'll fill it with 2 less because I'll be a lap down. But it's really not not too much fuel saved, unfortunately. I need basically the full tank. Yeah, I would never, only maybe on the ovals would I do that during actually driving. I think it's this game. It might be one of the NASCAR games that they did make a voice-activated way to change your fuel and all this stuff. I think it was the NASCAR games. I don't think it was IndyCar 2. But it's like, I've never tried it. It would actually be really interesting to try just for the historical clunkiness of it. But all right, we'll come into the pits this time, unfortunately. I can see Goodyear in front of me there pitting. There's Michael Andretti in the pits as well. All right, get into the stall. It's basically a full... Oh, is it the Mac version? Okay. There goes Michael. I'm really not that far behind him. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. A few cars retired. Is honestly not that many DNFs so far today, despite all the argy-bargy. All right, got out. There's Allenser Jr. just going by in front of me. I'm in 10th still, chasing Raul Boesel. Scott Goodyear up in front of me. Depending on the pace of everybody, it is not an impossible conclusion that I do get around Michael here in the final laps, but he's going to have to be a bit slower than he was. We'll see. If he gets shuffled back behind Raul Boesel and Goodyear, maybe have a shot at him. It's not necessarily going to be much of a points difference, but it will mean he won't gain on me, which is always a good thing. I don't know if I've got the pace. 32 laps to go, 3 seconds off of Goodyear. He's not far in front. We'll work on him first. Let's concentrate on getting Goodyear. We got Poncho Carter, Allister Jr. is trying to get around him. I got to be really careful with this lap traffic, and I'm not going to get Poncho here. He's actually going a little aggressive on Allister Jr. Just fast enough to make that move on the inside. There we go. That was big. Whoa, man. Bettenhausen there coming out of the pits. That was such a close call. Oh my God. Just when you think you've figured out the track, maybe, you're working out how to pass the AI, they just do something new. All right, get up the inside of Thays. The slipstream, Allister Jr.'s helping me catch up here. I can see there's Goodyear in the gray car up there. So that's the battle for 9th. Raul Boisel's just a couple more up the road, I think, that red car. Oh my God. All right, get around Allister Jr. Maybe. Oh, side by side. I don't really need to pass Allister Jr., but that was very close as well. Guerrero, just a little battle for position in front. Just messed everybody up. I don't think Ari's going to have to pit again. I think we've got to do it on the track now. I'm not sure any kind of strategy is going to help me out. Get by Hero here, though. All right, right on the back then. The gearbox of Goodyear. Try not to overstep the bounds. It's late in the race. I'm still on track to get a few points. And who knows how useful those are going to be at the end of the season. So I don't want to throw it all away, but just trying to push that extra amount. If I can get past Goodyear here and see what else I can do before the end of this one. I think we've got Boisel right up there in the red car, getting stuck with some lap traffic. So there's 2 spots directly in front of me. Really, potentially could get 8th place here. Goodyear's going to get caught out a little bit wide behind Randy Lewis. There we go. Slide up the inside. He'll get boxed in behind Randy. Keep it on the inside so he doesn't shoot back around me. Brake super late. There's Boisel. Understeer there. I think Goodyear understeered as well behind me. All right, up into 9th. I think that's Michael. It's on. If everything goes my way here, I think I could get Michael before the end of the race. Pace feels good. Yeah, that's definitely Michael. He just got around Jeff Wood in front. Or it's one of the Newman Haas cars. I have to think it's Michael because I think Mario's actually further up today. A little bit wide there through the final corner. I hit that in qualifying. All right, Boisel got caught up behind Jeff Wood on the straight. He's going to jump out to make the move. I'll have to follow him through. I didn't mean to tap the brakes there. That kind of hurt me. All right, we'll get Jeff Wood at least. All right, Boisel's right in front, and then Michael's right in front of him. Still, okay, calm down a little bit. There's still a lot of laps to go, relatively, so I don't need to do anything too dangerous, but I hope Michael doesn't have a lot of pace and he's just been caught up for a few laps. Well, I might have been able to actually get around Boisel there. All right, we'll set him up for the place I know I can do the passing. Come through the final couple of corners here, right on the back of Ozell. Might get him into turn one if things work out here on the front stretch. He's very good through the final few corners. 27 laps to go. This is going to play out basically like last lap did. He sticks to the outside. He's going to try to go around Brayton on the left. Similar to how I got around Goodyear there. Slide up the inside of Brayton. Got Boiselle looking on the right. Block the inside line. Brake super late. All right, here's Michael. I've got a lot of pace suddenly compared to last stint. It might just be the fuel is just a little bit better. We're still threading the needle. Fighting now for 7th position after a crash, a couple of crashes. I think I've hit half of the field during this race. It's been a really, really messy race. But Toronto seems to be the hardest track so far this season. Oh, Allenster Jr. is out of the race. That's another spot. That's big. All right, nice and easy here. Just 0.6 of a second. There's absolutely Michael Andretti in front. He's going for a move on Dobson. He's going to get hung up there. Maybe I can get around him the same way. He's going to look to the left side. I've figured out the secret. Up the inside of Michael Andretti. Past Dobson as well. Up in a 6th spot. What's happening? Ari Leindyk's the next car up the road. Will block Michael from coming back through. Michael's going to look to the left. He doesn't like that. Axelson gets around Michael. It's not going to be a win today, but I will not lose more points to Michael if I finish in front of him here, which is definitely against the trend. So we'll take what we can get when we can get it. Maybe I can even get another spot. We'll see what the gap is to Ari Leindyk in front. He was pretty quick at the start of the race, so he might be quite far up the road at this point. We're all a lap down. Danny Sullivan has been just wiping the field today. He's been so fast. Unless he has a mechanical late in the race. 11 seconds to Ari. We'll keep an eye on it, but that seems pretty far. Just try to pull away from Michael down. Get around some of this lap traffic. It's Willie T in front. Rick Mears, Teo Fabi are up front. Mario and Ari are on my lap right now. But Danny Sullivan has a 40-second lead. What a monster. All right, nice and steady now. That was a really intense sequence of laps. That was so cool. I don't know how, I just have a little bit more pace. Remember, we're going to have one less lap than the pit board is telling me each lap, since we are a lap down. So I think that'll be important because I think I'm right on the line with fuel. It says I got 23 laps of fuel left. Oh, I got 23 laps to go, so I got to actually be a little bit careful here. I didn't see what the gap was that lap. We'll stay on it. I don't know if I'll have a shot to catch Ari here for a top 5. That would just be a dream at this point. But I might have to tune back the boost just a little bit because I'm worried I'll run out of fuel. We filled the perfect amount. What could have been if I didn't have that crash early on, you know? It's been a few races like this season. I've got good enough pace to get the top 5 pretty easily. And then there's accidents and random things along the way. It's so hard. This game is so hard. 9.4 catching him too. Okay, the lap counter looks a little bit better on my fuel that lap. So maybe able to do a Scott Dixon here. Reel in the car in front and save fuel all at the same time. Yeah, Teo Fabi running P3 is good for him. Usually unfortunately those cars break a lot. We saw his teammate earlier in the race. I gave him the commentator's curse. John Andretti suddenly out of the race pretty early on, but Teo's been having a good run. The Porsche cars were quick on their good days. They won a race, I think, in '89. got Eddie Cheever in front. Hopefully you didn't hear what I was saying about him earlier. .22 to go. Not long now. This race will be over in 20 minutes. Oh, Cheever. He did hear what I said earlier. Oh God, the lap counter is not looking as good as I want it to. I might have to turn back the boost a little bit, try to save some fuel. Get the good run out of this right-hander, we can catch him before the kink. Try to open up the entry, scoop the exit. I had some oversteer there. I just can't risk it. We've had a crash here today. Whoa, I hit him. No. It's damaged my wing and really damaged Cheever. Oh, no. Michael's going to go through. Oh, I gave him a little touch. Oh, yellow flag, though. Oh my God, that's so frustrating. Oh, Michael Andretti goes into the pits. Do I? I missed it anyway. All right, the car is not terribly damaged. Oh, that is so frustrating. Eddie. All right, let me set up for the pit stop just in case. I don't know. What should I do? Because I can... We're not going to change tires. The tires are fine. We're not going to fill any fuel. We'll definitely make it now with the yellow flag laps. Do I pit? The front end's pretty... Let me try to feel it out for a corner or two. We'll lower the front bar to try to get a little more bite. I mean, it'll hurt me around the high-speed corners, so like all of this should be fine. Pretty much normal pace here. Yeah, you can see the understeer there. This corner and the kink and stuff is going to hurt. I don't know. I think I got to stay out. Do I go in and have him fix the wing? I think I got to stay out. I mean, I've got a 6th place right now. I'm going to be so deep in the traffic. It seems like the car is kind of okay. It's these fast corners that it's going to be hurt. You can go full on the bars to try to get it to turn a bit more. See what the top speed is. I got some cars in front. I mean, I think the top speed will be fine because if anything, it's going to be less downforce. I don't know. It's all these race, questions and mistakes. We got not that many laps to go. Less than 20 laps. Yeah, didn't Alex Palou do this exact thing in Toronto just a couple seasons ago? I mean, I'm the last car on 1 lap down. Yeah, the front left wing is messed up. Because the contact with Cheever, and then Andretti hit me. Maybe that broke his car. There's not too far to go in the race. A few cars got their last back. I think the pace car might have picked up the end of the field. 1 lap until green. Pretty much full on the bars, which means I don't really have any adjustment to try to make the car even better. We are the last car 1 lap down. Or first car 1 lap down. So I think Danny Sullivan's just 1 car up the road there. Emo's out of the race, so that definitely is Danny. Protest Eddie. Oh, I'm so mad that happened. I mean, this was looking really good for me. I might have even been able to catch Ari by the end there. It's my own impatience. It's just trying to get around Eddie as soon as I could, and it really potentially screwed up the end of this race. Scott Goodyear is directly behind me, and he probably pit for new tires and stuff. So this might have been a really bad decision to not pit. We're all about to find out, and I guess that's why we do it. get ourselves into these weird situations. Danny Sullivan just 2 cars in front of me. I mean, maybe I can somehow get around him. Ari is not that far. He's the blue car up there, the light blue car. Eddie heard me bad-mouthing him earlier in the race, and he's not happy about that. I think I can keep the pace through most of the corners. It's going to be the last couple of corners and like this one that really hurt me. All right, we're going to come to green with, I think, 17 laps to go or so. And hopefully can stay in front of the cars behind. Looks like Michael Andretti's in 9th, so he's still going around. Now it's Mario is up in 4th, so green flag is out. All right. Cross your fingers, everybody. Yeah, this is rough. That's the worst corner for me, is those 2. Get Groff, though, into turn 1. It's the slower stuff's not going to be too bad because I don't need the downforce there. It's just the fast corners. There's honestly not that many of them here. So if there was a track where you could do it, this would be it. But able to get around a few of the back markers there off the start. AJ Foyt sitting in the middle of the road like he does. Looks like Sullivan was able to get around a few cars, but Leyendijk's actually working back towards me here. It's a street fight today. They say that kind of stuff in all the advertising for these races, but I feel like today it really is. Side by side through the long right-hander. I've got no front downforce suddenly. All right, we'll get him on the crossover. Over, under. Get Foyt here down into the right-hander. Had so many crashes there today. Ari is right in front of me. Somehow I'm stuck with him here. Oh, is he going in the pits? I thought he was. Right, it's these corners that hurt me here. Last few on the lap, which is going to hurt my setup for Lakeshore Drive, but I've gotten away from Scott Goodyear behind, so hopefully he doesn't get through that traffic too quick. Or really wear out the tires here. The car isn't too bad, yeah. This is about as damaged as a car can be in Indycar 2, while it still is drivable. And again, for this track, because it is a lot of really tight corners, the downforce doesn't do a ton anyway. Just gotta be careful I don't understeer into the wall. I've got the bars full soft on the front, so the car's trying to turn as much as it can on the front, and full stiff on the rear, so it's trying to, wrap the rear end around the corner. All right, Jan Bikas. $20 gallons of fuel, half tank. All right, 16 laps to go. Trying to get Jan on the straight here. Luckily, I'm able to get around this. I was worried about this corner, but it understeers a little, but it's fine. All right. Get past Jan there. Ari is still not out of reach. I should just be happy to finish at this point, but I'm staring at potentially a top 5 after all this craziness. Let's see if we can get to him. He's caught up with another car right now. I think it's Pancho Carter. He's definitely understeering there. He just got around him, so that might hurt those chances. Do you see the understeer, though, through these last few corners? Just nothing to help the front end of the car bite. Scott Goodyear's the car still behind me, and I don't see him in the mirror. It would be a gray and blue car. Last 10 laps of this race are going to go by so slow. It's not fun to drive this car now. It is hurt. 14 laps. I'm going to count down every single one. I guess it's 13. There's Goodyear. I can see him in the mirror. All right, we got to put some cars between myself and Goodyear. I think Ari's faster than me now, just with the way the car is. So I don't think the top 5 hopes are alive. Just need to find a good spot to get around Poncho. See a yellow car back there too. That might be Mears, although I guess he would be lapping us. Mears is having a good day. This is not, especially in this era, this is not his strong track. Using a full gearbox now, first gear for all these corners. Get this final one mostly flat out. 13 laps to go. Oh, here comes Goodyear. Squeezing him on the inside. Just able to hold him off there. That was really tight. All right, really got to watch the mirror now. It's a long time to defend, but I'm going to try my best. Use the inside line here down into turn 3. Really late on the brakes. The front end not helping me there at all. Get the car slowed. Just try to keep it nice and on the inside of the corner so that he's not able to lunge up there. I really got to get around Poncho here and just hope that he holds up Goodyear just a little bit. He's able to pull on Goodyear just a little bit through the end of the lap. 11 laps to go for me. Got to watch that turn 1. Don't leave that open. All right, come on. Let's get Poncho in this straight. Poncho's not slow, so yeah, he is. He is quite quick. Is this the mega lunge? It is. Absolutely. Biggest lunge. All right. Poncho, you stay there in the middle of the track, please. Looks like Mears was able to get around him. This is going to help me. Mears, I'm not fighting him. Not today. Tires might be wearing out a little bit. Just with the extra added pressure they need. It's really hot into this right-hander. Not many laps to go now, but these are going to be some of the hardest laps of the season. Just keeping this damaged car in front of Scott Goodyear for the 6th place. 10 laps for me. Mears is ahead of us. He's going to put a lap on me here. We are 1 lap down in the race. If you're just tuning in, it's been a wild day. And hoping I can finish it out here. We got 10 laps to go. My car is damaged. We got some front wing damage from the last of however many incidents there's been today. Oh, Goodyear was able to get around Mears. But importantly, I'm in the points right now, just outside of top 5. But I'm ahead of Michael Andretti, and Rick Mears is out of the race. Oh no! I mean, oh no for him, but yay, yay for me, I guess. All right, we're going to pass him here as we come by the pits, and that will get me into the top 5. This race, I mean, I'm getting really lucky here towards the end of it, but, you know, I've had some bad luck too, so I guess we'll take it. Covering the inside there, make sure Scott doesn't even think about it. I thought it was weird that Scott got back around Rick. That promotes Mario Andretti onto the podium up there. Michael's still behind me. And now I just need to hold off Scott Goodyear here for this top 5. We got Tony Bettenhausen Jr. in front. He's very, very slow today, but with my damaged car, I'm not really gaining on him that fast. Super through the final few corners there. 9 laps on the clock, 8 laps for me. 8 more, come on. Raul Boisel is right behind Goodyear, so if Goodyear gets around me, it's a high chance Boisel is going to follow him through. I'd really love to come out of this with the top 5. Luckily, it's not Michael directly behind me, so I'll do everything just short of throwing the car away to keep these 2 behind me, but if they do get by, we're still ahead of Michael at this point. A little bit closer to Bettenhausen this lap. All right, Tony, play nice. Maybe we can line them up for Lakeshore. Just can't hold through that chicane. That's the worst part on the track for me. All right, we're going to have to do the big send again like I did on Poncho. But maybe have a bit more speed on Bettenhausen here. He's still quite quick. I think I'm down a little bit on top speed from where I was earlier in the race. Let up on the brake pedal there in the braking zone just to get it alongside of him. There we go. See if we can put a little distance on Goodyear with that. Thank you, Tony, for playing nice. All right, 6 laps to go. Not long now. Scott was able to get around Bettenhausen behind. But I got a little distance through that with him, so as long as I can keep this distance, I think we're similar speeds despite everything. It's just that turn 1 lunge that I need to watch out for, so just try to do my best there to get ahead of him through this faster section. Five laps. Got a nice clear track right now, thank God. The wrong slow car would really make this extra difficult. I think there's a lot of attrition today. We've seen a lot of it at the front of the grid, and I've benefited from it. But there's 4 more laps, then I'll have somehow gotten a top 5 here. Trying not to curse myself too soon. Goodyear pulls in a little bit there. I wasn't super quick through that final sequence. Watch for his move here down the straight. Might take the inside into turn 3 just to be safe here. Oh, I can see a car up there. Really hard on the brakes. Probably a good idea to block that. Hard on the brakes here into this right-hander. You can feel the tires are starting to be worn out a bit. They're Not quite as good as they were at the beginning of the stint. I scrubbed the wall there slightly. Come on, don't do that. We're so close to the end now. All right, Scott's going to look for a move here. I'll block the inside line. He goes to the outside. Oh, he gets around me. Scott. Maybe I can get him back here into the braking zone. That's a fair pass. I mean, he's got the extra grip and the speed and everything. He's going to be so far ahead. Very, very unlikely here. Squeak it up the inside, though. Side by side through turn 3. Get it on the inside. Get him back. Come on, Scott. Slide the rear end into this long right-hander. The tires are really worn out now. We got Willie T coming up in front. I don't know how I was able to get back around Scott there. That was lucky. Not too many laps to go. All right, try to get as good of a run as I can out of here because it's turn 1. It's turn 1. 2 laps. All right, kept Scott behind me there. Park it on the apex. All right, we'll get Willie on the straight. He's quite slow. I think I've got a clear track in front of him. Now, not long to go now. I just need to block that move one more time. If I can get to this point next lap, it'll be really hard for him to get by me. He was able to get by Willie T, though. Rear end of the car sliding there. It'd be really easy to lose it. All right, come over the line. White flag. Scott's right on me now. Block the inside. Brake as late as I can. Park it in the middle of the track. Get on the accelerator. Have to block the inside line down into turn 3. All right, using all the revs now. Stick with me just a little bit longer. Old car, I've beaten you up today. Hard on the brakes, out of first gears, very late on the brakes that time. Scott looked towards the outside, but not able to make it happen there. Definitely not with that braking. Down to first gear. All right, just thread it through the rest of the city streets here in Toronto. Through the kink, the dreaded kink. All right, nice and safely now. Mine to lose at this point. Down to second gear here for the final real couple of corners. Scrape the wall there for good measure. That's just indicative of this race. It's not a win. Not anywhere near a win. What a messy, messy race. But how I got a top 5 in that. I was so happy. Oh my God. What an intense race that was. Scott got by me there, and I just cannot believe I was able to get back around him. I thought I might die trying that, but I made it work. I made it work. I was able to get back around Scott Goodyear and come away with a 5th, which, for everything that happened in that race, I mean, I don't think I could have hoped for much better than that today. I hit almost every car on the grid. When we go through the results, we'll talk about how many cars I hit. I might have a hand in some of the DNFs. Michael Andretti will certainly be upset. That was an incredibly tough race. The car was not feeling good there towards the end. Let's look at the tires here. Look how worn out the rear specifically. I could feel the rear tires, like in the heavy braking, they want to swap ends on you. And I guess I could have softened the rear bar, but that would have really hurt me more during some of the fast corners. I've never taken. I thought it was a bad decision after I made it to stay out with the damaged car, and it might have been a better decision to pit to fix the damage, because I probably could have gotten back around some of these guys, but I missed the pit lane right when the caution came out, and that's what really hurt me. But I'm happy with the driving at the end. Hopefully it was entertaining to watch. It doesn't get much more chaotic than that, and it's so much fun. I'll look back at this one once I recover a bit, and it'll be one of the fun races in my mind. Happy to catch it during the stream, man. How lucky is that? All right, coming to the pit stall. The crew gonna see this hunk of junk here. We'll get a look at it. Crossing the finish line. It's not a win, but it doesn't even look that damaged. Just a little crinkle on the front wing there. Ah, my God. Let's see here. Let's see what the finishing results were. We'll save the replay. Save the replay of the race. And look at the final results. Danny Sullivan gets the win, leading 102 of the 103 laps. I think Unser Jr. led one through the pit stop cycle, but utterly dominant performance. Outqualified the field by a second and just dominated. No catching him today, so you can't even be mad about that. He was just too quick. Teo Fabi brings the Porsche home in second position after the other DNFs. Congrats to them, starting 7th. Had a Mario Andretti, not the Andretti that we thought would be on the podium, that's for sure. But final car in the lead lap with Mario coming home in 3rd. Ari Leyendijk, I think I could have had him had my car been whole, but coulda, shoulda. Definitely a situation of that. 5th position, though. I'm so happy with it, despite everything. And the fact that we finished in front of Andretti, who I don't see. Oh, my God. Scott Goodyear finishes back in 6th. Held him off. Great battle towards the end there. Ahead of Raul Boesel. Mike Groff back in 8th. Had a Didier Thays. And Tony Bettenhausen Jr., who I had to pass towards the end there, finishing top 10. Great finish for him. Pancho Carter in 11th. Jan Beekes back in 12th. AJ Foyt in 13th. Dominic Dobson in 14th. And Scotty Brighton back in 15th. I think I hit him during the race. Jeff Wood, I hit him during the race. Hiro Matsushita hit him during the race. Roberto Guerrero, I think got away clean this week, but I have hit him before. Randy Lewis back in 19th with Willie T. Ribbs in 20th. The final finisher, and we had a whole bunch of DNFs. Rick Mears with the gearbox. Michael Andretti with an engine failure. Of course, it's not a race that I won, but we're going to get some points on him today. Eddie Cheever really throwing my race, a wrench in my race today. I'm going to blame him for that. Back in 23rd with an accident classification. Alonso Jr. electrical issues. Emerson Fittipaldi with engine issues. John Andretti with gearbox issues. Dean Hall with turbo issues. And Bobby Rahal, we saw early on, had an accident. All of his own doing. Hour 48-minute race. 2 cautions. What a hectic race. We'll save that as well, just in case the whole sim dies on me. I'm so happy. It absolutely wasn't the result that I thought I would get today or hoped for today, but it did end up working out. So I guess I can't be too upset with that. Oh, well, look at the championship results and everything. I get 10 points for the 5th place, and it's a top 5, so you can never do wrong getting a top 5. So that puts me firmly in 3rd position. So Michael Andretti getting no points today, still out front with 114, ahead of Danny Sullivan, just under 100 points, but really closing in. Michael no longer has the lead he had. Danny, though, definitely getting up to 2nd over, we really got a big gap. It's an equidistant gap then. Michael Andretti, Danny Sullivan. To myself, Ryan Axelson back in 3rd on 86 points. Had of Alonso Jr., who had some issues today, and Ari Leyendijk. Bobby Rahal, Emerson Fittipaldi, Rick Mears, Teo Fabi, and Mario round out the top 10 for the season schedule. That brings us on to Michigan for the Michigan 500. I'll be really excited to do that one. I love the ovals, of course, as you all know. And what a crazy race. Hope it was entertaining. I know it was entertaining for myself. It was quite frightening at times, and I'm really happy I finished it. But I appreciate you all tuning in. Fingers crossed for a full 500-mile race tomorrow, because I really would love to see it. But you can't control the weather, so just wait to see what happens. It'll be a good one either way, I'm sure. But thank you. I hope you all have a good weekend. And I guess I'll see you all at Michigan.